Have you ever wandered through a level, enjoying life and all of its gifts, only for a boss to appear and ruin your day? Even if said boss doesn't outright destroy you, it's definitely tougher than the level you just traipsed through. Odd as it may seem, this happens more than you'd think. Let's take a look at the 15 hardest bosses that were set after easy levels. Tekken 6, AZAZEL. Oh, AZAZEL. While shooting through the story battle mode, you shouldn't have much trouble with the various fighters, including the King of Iron Fist himself, Jin Kazama. Of course, then you run across AZAZEL, a massive beast that fires lasers, stomps the ground to create spikes for multiple hits, and even spins forward for massive damage. AZAZEL is considered one of the worst bosses in the series, and rightfully so. Ease, the Oath in FELGHANA, GYALVA. While the enemies and, well, lava in the Zone of Lava can be rough, it's the second boss, GYALVA, that will give players nightmares. The main problem with this fire-breathing dragon is that he can be either fairly easy or incredibly tough, depending on your luck. Dodge his fireballs, dodge his super fireball, dodge his dives, be careful of the panels when he flips them, you get the drift. The real key is knowing when to attack. If you stand on the panels when they're knocked up, not flipped, you can deal damage with a jumping spinning attack. It's all about knowing his patterns and when to deal damage. The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky SC-RENNE. Even with Amberl Tower's alternate state giving rise to new foes, they're fairly easy to bypass. Also, by this point, you've probably faced the other enforcers. So how bad could Renne really be? Well, the fight starts and she immediately uses an S-break that can down 2 or 3 party members. That's because she specializes in death blows. So if you don't have any protection against that, you're in deep trouble. Of course, you also have to deal with her robot minions who can inflict petrify while keeping a good distance. Dark Souls 3, IUDEX GUNDYR. So you've just gotten into Dark Souls 3, perhaps for the first time, and are cruising through the Cemetery of Ash. The basic enemies don't stand a chance, and that one ravenous crystal lizard is easy enough to read. However, IUDEX GUNDYR, an armored foe with strong reach and some fairly hard hits, comes up. Even if you bypass his first phase, he transforms into a hulking mass of darkness with many more attacks and even more damage, which is weak to fire, but you wouldn't know that immediately. It's a jarring transition, but things only get tougher from there. Undertale, Sans, Genocide Route. In general, Undertale isn't that tough of a game. Your true goal is to not kill all the monsters you come across to get to the best ending. If you embark on the genocide route and lay waste to everyone, you'll become so powerful en route to the last corridor that lesser monsters can't even touch you. That is, until you face Sans. Mostly seen as a lighthearted dude, Sans is actually powerful, unleashing beams, bone attacks, and much more. If you take up his offer for mercy, Sans will flood the player with bones until they're dead. A bad time indeed. Alien Isolation, XENOMORPH. When progressing through the Sevastopol, you'll quickly find the Xenomorph to be your biggest threat. Its advanced AI is capable of sniffing you out easily, and, well, it can't die. Sure, the androids and some of the opposing crew can be a nuisance, but throughout the game and especially close to the end, it's always one Xenomorph or the other that's giving Amanda trouble. Demon's Souls, FLAMELURKER. The bearbugs and rockworms of Stonefang Tunnels are a walk in the park. However, FLAMELURKER easily defeats all of them in terms of sheer irritation. Attacking at close range will damage you due to the surrounding flames. You need to have decent room to dodge. Mind the pools of lava, by the way, and he'll become more dangerous as his health drops. Long story short, bring some magic, pay attention to the arena, and don't die. Neo Dragon of the North, SHIZEGANE. The jump in levels from the base game to the Dragon of the North DLC may seem rough, particularly in the Yokai Country mission. However, if you proceed slowly in Futamata and fight the Namahagi, snipe the Rokurokubi, and so on, it's not that bad. Unfortunately, the end boss is Date Shizegane, who's undergone some yokai transformation. His attacks can easily chunk most of your health, especially if you're underleveled. Eventually, you'll pick up on his patterns and when to strike, but you'll need to be careful all the same. No More Heroes, Death Metal. Things start off relatively easy in No More Heroes, but you'll be quickly schooled on the more measured aspects of combat when facing Death Metal. Located at his mansion outside of Santa Destroy, Death Metal can deflect and block your attacks pretty easily when he's not unleashing lengthy combos. The fight teaches you to dodge at the right moment and maneuver behind as opposed to simply flailing about. Fail to do that and you're in for a world of hurt. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Master Hand and Crazy Hand, Classic Mode. Each character has their own journey through Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's Classic Mode. While many face unique bosses, Link vs. Ganon in his demonic form for instance, others will have to defeat Master Hand and Crazy Hand. The previous battles are a walk in the park compared to those two, who have high impact smashes, ranged attacks, screen covering area of effect moves, and so on for days. The worst part is that performing well increases the difficulty of subsequent Classic Mode fights, so going flawless en route to facing the two hands will guarantee a rougher fight than usual. Gears of War, General RAAM. It's kind of funny that Tyro Pillar has a number of locusts, including a berserker, and yet it's still better than the fight with General RAAM. That's because the final fight has RAAM blasting you with a Troika turret, Krill at his command to rip you apart, and Dom doing everything in his power to kill himself. Even if you take the hang back and snipe approach, you still need to hit a bunch of headshots and avoid RAAM when he rushes you. Kingdom Hearts 3, Demon Tide. The war in the Keyblade Graveyard starts out as more or less a retread of the Hollow Bastion battle from Kingdom Hearts 2. You'll battle lots and lots of Heartless, and then some more Heartless. So now it's off to fight Organization 13. Easy peasy, right? Well, no. You have to deal with the Demon Tide. This swirling mass of Heartless has lots of health, can deal some pretty hefty damage, with a single combo being enough to potentially one-shot Sora in Proud Mode, and has some pretty good defensive measures. But hey, at least you fight with the Mysterious Legion, aka all the poor Union Cross players, to finish it off, so that was neat. Terraria, Eye of Cthulhu. Terraria can be pretty chill in the early going, until a world boss spawns and completely eradicates you. The Eye of Cthulhu is a good example. While not necessarily the toughest boss in the game, it has the chance to spawn relatively early on. This is when you may not have very good equipment or weapons. Heck, it can spawn when you have at least 3 NPCs in your town, and crash down on you with its 2800 plus health pool. Did we mention it spawns servants that also attack and has a gaping mouthful of sharp teeth when its health drops below 50%? LITTLEBIGPLANET 3, Metal Guardian. Before really getting into LITTLEBIGPLANET 3's campaign, you're required to finish the prologue. This is fairly straightforward and actually quite relaxing as you solve puzzles and hop around levels. Of course, then the first boss, a giant metal guardian, appears. It seems fine at first. Hop over his giant hands, blow away some projectiles. Then you need to heat up the sides so that its hands take damage. Then its ground pounds cause scorching shockwaves. The game just keeps getting more intense, and while many seasoned platformer players may get by, it's in sharp contrast to everything the average player has faced till then. Dead Rising, CLETUS. En route to the hunting shack, you'll be dispensing of zombies left and right, to the point of absurdity in all honesty. So when facing CLETUS with his shotgun, it seems like an average fight at first. Unfortunately, CLETUS has high health and getting shot repeatedly can stun lock you in place. You'll need the flying dodge, some lucky aiming, and the hope that your cover actually blocks his gunfire. And that about does it for this video. If you enjoyed what you watched and want to see more from Gaming Bolt, please hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to switch on the notifications bell icon next to it. That way you'll never miss any of our videos. Thanks for watching.